What's up, Leo? This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot, here to look at your week ahead, starting May 5th, 2025. I just recalled in doing Gemini's message, and I already recorded Taurus, no, Cancer's message. Already recorded Taurus and Gemini's message. I forgot completely that May 5th is, we celebrate Cinco de Mayo, right? Some people do. So if you celebrate Cinco de Mayo, happy Cinco de Mayo. Anyway, welcome any new subscribers to my channel, Leo. I hope all is well. The deck, of course, I'm using will be listed in the description box. I had to switch decks. I started off with a deck for Taurus. I didn't like it too well. I will never ever use that deck again. Not reading reversals here. Just going to cleanse the energies from doing Cancer's messages, and we shall begin. All right, so energies here for my Lions. What are the messages for Leo this week? What does Leo have to look forward to? All right, energies for Leo. All right, here we go, Leo. First card of energy for you. We're going to start off with the Five of Wands, okay? I always say, if you've been with me long enough, is a projection of energy that may come on to you by others in the form of petty fights and arguments. And, you know, the advice here is not to engage if that is the situation that you are faced with this week. Because it's more or less likely it's something that's going on with them, Leo, not something that's going on with you. They're just trying to draw your energy in. If it is not that, Leo, engagement in any fights or petty arguments with anyone, then it could be that you just go about this week feeling somewhat restless at any point in time. And whenever it occurs, if it occurs, it will not last long. This too shall pass. Up next, now we have we have the major arcana of the Tower. Okay, something shocking and devastating. And I have to, again, say what I said last week. And I don't know if it was your sign that I had spoke about. You know, someone had threw in some comments saying that the Tower actually could be positive. Well, if it makes sense to you, then so be it. You know, the shock news could be that, you know, you hit the lottery. That would be shocking. All right. So, but it's shocking and devastating news that may be something that doesn't personally affects or impacts you, but it may be something that you come across in hearing about something else or someone else in a different region. But it still falls underneath all of that energy of, um, you know, our weather. So it could be earthquakes, just annoying type of energies. Even stronger still, I always say when the Tower shows up here, Leo, for you not to get yourself involved in any fights or arguments because it's going to turn out to be very nasty. All right. And it could be for, you know, both parties. So don't engage. But you otherwise could hear shocking and devastating news on almost any account involving almost anything. All right. All right. So let me, you know, I wasn't going to do it, but let me throw a card here on the Tower. What's the reason for the Tower here? So you know, my reservations for throwing cards for clarity. Yeah, I still don't like doing that because you know you just get into trying to clarify everything. Everything is not precise here. But what is the reason the Tower could be here for Leo? And yeah, it's about for some of you see the Five of Cups, sadness or disappointment. So there could be some sort of sadness or disappointment related to a relationship. It could be romantic partnership. It could be some sort of family situation. Could be anything involving co-workers or your work environment. There's some sort of sadness or disappointment. Um, that you know you have the potential of having to deal with in some capacity, but I feel it's related to the relationship aspect. Okay. All right. So following the Five of Cups here, now we have the Justice card, which will bring down the energy of the Tower. So anything involving that Tower and the Justice might be things that we hear about involving the courts, the Supreme Court, their decisions and whatnot. But this could be a week for Leo to move about, feeling liberated, of course, stand alone, feeling liberated, feeling at peace, feeling balance, having to feel justice has been served, justice being in favor of you. Anything related to any legalities will be in your favor. So I always assign, workman's comp. That's the most easiest thing that comes to me because this would be the judge making the decision for anyone who is dealing with any workman comp issues or any other litigations. It will be in your favor. Of course, somebody could be getting married here in front of the justice of the peace. Following the justice card here now, we have, oh, look, positive here, the strength card, which is your own energy, Leo. So definitely don't be fearful of this tower being in your spread because the your own card, and when your own card shows up here to represent you, the reading becomes that much more stronger. All right, so place emphasis on not so much on the tower, but the cards that follow the tower, which is the justice card and the strength card. um so yeah, feeling powerful, feeling strong, feeling courageous. Any obstacles or any challenges, of course, that you are met with, you're going to overcome them. This is a card that also too represents an extreme amount of passion, intensity. Okay, nothing is going to stand in your way this week, Leo. You have your own energy here to represent. Up next now, you have another major arcana. Wow. Major arcana, the world card. That too is going to take down the energy of the tower. So you got three cards following that tower, all major arcanas that's going to take down the strength of that tower here. I feel that the tower shows up here for a reason, and because it is a major arcana, it will play out some way, but it's uncontrollable, so we don't know how it's going to, you know, act or respond. But because I clarified that and I said that the Five of Cups is always involving relationships, so I feel that it could be connected directly to Leo having to experience some sort of sadness or disappointment related to some sort of relationship connection. All right, so with the World card, there's a chapter, though, however, that's ending around you, Leo. A new chapter is about to begin. This also to be attentive and on the lookout for anything opportunistic that may be occurring because this world card always throws in those opportunities, seen or unforeseen, And then also, to the world card represents relationships of all kinds. Up next, now we have, look at this, the Hierophant. Even stronger energy here now to annihilate that tower. So, spiritual protection, spiritual energy, spiritual epiphanies, enlightenment, engagement, and all kinds of teaching and learning. Now, aside of the justice card, where I always get workman's comp and being in their favor, this is someone here who could be training on a job. Okay, uh, definitely pay attention to any types of synchronistic energies related to angelic numbers. 1111, 111. Those are strong spiritual messages that are coming through for you to pay attention to. Now, of course, I like the justice card. Someone again could be, getting married in front of the Hierophant here. Or the Hierophant's presence could indicate a marriage. Okay, so you got spiritual energy, spiritual protection as well. Following that, we have the Six of Pentacles. There's an apology that may be coming forth for any one who has handed you a slight in the recent past. Also, there could be a pay raise, moderate pay raise coming in for Leo this week. This is a card of charity and gift giving, so you may be giving someone a gift this week, or someone gives you a gift. All right, that's the Six of Pentacles. Up next, now we have the King of Pentacles. Money looking good. King of Pentacles is the boss, of course, in the workplace environment. Creditors, maybe a favorable time this week to ask the boss for anything that you may want, or apply for credit. This is anything related to businesses. Still would be job offers, promotions, pay raises, bonus money and resources becoming available, known or unknown sources. Following the king, see, it sits underneath the justice card, where he justice awards money. So somebody's getting a big payout here through some sort of lawsuit or litigation or judgment being in their favor. Wow. And so that's nice. Next, we have the King of Swords. King of Swords here is just usually indicative, Leo, of something serious that you're about to do this week in terms of a decision or an action. You already know what you're going to do, so you're just sitting there waiting to do it. All right. Following the King of Swords, now we have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords, there could be two things that you have to decide upon. You have to reduce that energy down to one. Feeling like you're at a crossroad here. So, just a mild bit of anxiety. You're not blindfolded, and you definitely could make a choice or a decision. This would be my same-sex loving energy, right? And then also, too, the most simplest thing that could come out of the Two of Swords would be, um, that you're out moving about, traveling possibly, and then there's some sort of road construction or detour, and you have to go an alternative route. All right. Additional messages here for you. Now you got the Lovers. Oh my gosh. The Lovers is in the spread here. I don't even think the Tower even is going to play out for you guys. Lovers levels everything out, Leo. Okay. Seeing eye to eye with one another, being on the same page with one another, spending quality time with family members, romantic partners, friends, business partners. The Lovers has the ability to pull in and bring together in terms of formation business partners, romantic partners, definitely platonic friends. Okay, so you have no worries here in this spread, and we're not even done yet. Oh my gosh. Up next now, look at this. Okay, Leo, way to go, Leo. Now you have the sun in your spread. Okay, so there's several messages coming out for this sun. Any types of healing, whether it's emotional, physical, mental, that sun provides and gives you that help. This is my health card. So some Leos that I'm reading for may be just going through um, medical exams, routine medical exams or checkups. You could be the Leo I'm reading for that works in the capacity of the health field. All types of testing, laboratory testing, x-rays, all fall underneath the energy of the sun. You could be the Leo that lives in Florida, California. Could be thinking about traveling to Florida, California, if you don't live there already for vacation or somewhere else that's warm, sunny, and welcoming. This is feeling very happy. This is feeling very successful, feeling childlike, right? And then the sun also blesses. So the sun blesses you. Look at that. You got the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Sun, the Justice card, the Strength card, the World card, of course, the Tower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major arcanas in this spread alone. Also, too, because the sun is present, I always have to say this because this is how I predict certain things to occur. We may hear, or maybe that's why the Five of Cups was clarified for the Tower. Maybe there's somebody that, well, usually it's somebody famous or world known that passes away. Any capacity, could be male or female. When it comes to the capacity, could be, that they're actors, singers. They could be, religious figures. Um, but we come to know it. Now, it could be more than one passing of someone famous that we hear about next week. Maybe that's the reason why the Five of Cups is here. Okay. All right. So, following the major arcana of the sun, we're going to finish off with, oh, look, now you got your eighth major arcana, and that's the devil. Isn't that bizarre? So the eighth major arcana is in your spread, Leo, and usually when the devil shows up here, that simply means that there's something that we are not facing up to, that we're repeating, that is not healthy for us in the long term. So you want to break the chains that are binding you from the devil's influence, right? The devil can cast out all kinds of shady influence. This is in association with addictions, toxicity, unrequited love. When it comes to the addiction aspect, drinking too much, smoking too much, any types of excess when it comes to pornography, FWBs, friends with benefits. Now, some of this energy here um, may not be what you're dealing with, but it could be those connections that you have with others, and it may be affecting or impacting the relationship that you have with them. But usually, when the devil shows up here, Leo, it's an opportunity for us to bring up to the surface of anything related to our own personal bad habits that we are still holding on to, that we could be struggling with. Okay, but you got all these other supportive major arcanas. If you are the Leo that I'm speaking of, that's having to drink too much, smoke cigarettes, or weed or whatever, and you just need, and you've been struggling to try to quit or reduce, and it's not helping. So, we still have to bring up to the energies or surface of the energies and talk about them so that we can rid ourselves from whatever the devil is holding over us. This is obsession. This is feeling, when it comes to addiction, it may not be chemical, all chemical. It could be that you're addicted to, you're in a relationship with someone and you feel like you can't get enough of that person. That's an addiction. You could be the Leo that I'm reading for, where you devote all your time and attention at work and other areas of your life or suffering. That's the devil. All right, so this is what I have for us this week, Leo. Not too bad, most impressive, if I should say so myself. You guys don't forget to hit the like button, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. When the tower is present, I always throw in that extra word of caution and safety, but hell, y'all don't need it. You got all this other stuff here to protect you. So, but anyway, just in case, be safe, be vigilant, not paranoid. You'll be all right. You guys have, again, a safe, great week ahead. Always come back to get more of these messages from me, Leo, and I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.